One-on-one competition getting us here on NWA Anarchy as we continue along on the road to Fright Night. And a couple of men here who have dominated the Young Lions division over the last couple years. Bo Newsom, the current champion, taking on the Skirra Corvus, who just a week ago was in that three-way dance for the involved the Young Lions division. And Skirra Corvus found himself on the winning end of that one. So here we are, non-title competition though. And Skirra Corvus definitely would like to get back in the hunt for that Young Lions championship. I mean, you know, but here's the thing. Bo Newsom's a great champion. I can't think of a man better suited to represent the Young Lions division than an honorable man like Bo Newsom, who is joined at ringside by the NWA North American champion, another man, another honorable man, a man I like to consider a friend of mine, Sean Tempers.
Yeah, honorable. You make it sound as if like he would help a little old lady across the street. He'd probably be the one that would make her splash in the puddle. Again, Bo Newsom in the ring. This is honorable. I'm still at a loss for words in regards to that. But yeah, speaking of Fright Night, we certainly know both of these people would love to be a part of that big-time event. Certainly something that I was aware of before I came here at NWA Anarchy. A lot of people talk about it across this nation, where our television broadcast is seen throughout this great country. Skirra Corvus putting on the bench there a little bit. Goes up for a roll-up already in this contest. 2 count. I think kind of caught Bo Newsom off guard just a little bit. Drop toe hold, goes down. Could we possibly be seeing him set up for the graveyard shift that he likes to do a lot of times, planting that man's face first into the mat. Bo Newsom seems to have it scouted, able to push and use the body weight of Skirra Corvus against himself. And now Bo Newsom needs to be able to try and take advantage of this opportunity. And one thing's for sure, you've got Sean Tempers on the outside, as you talked about. And that's something always to be watching. And it makes you wonder, with that open battle royal, what about the likes of Bo Newsom maybe entering himself into that? Because the winner of that battle royal does get a shot at Sean Tempers. Wow, great maneuver off the top rope with Skirra Corvus there.
You know, you're always trying to steer the pot. You're always trying to cause some dissension. Do you think Bo Newsom would enter into that battle royal with the premise of trying to get the North American title from Sean Tempers? You know, they're friends. They're not going to let a piece of gold come between them. Bo Newsom is happy being the Young Lions champion.
Well, I look at it this way.
Sean Tempers is happy being the North American champion.
Fair enough, but if you're friends, a little friendly competition would never come between anyone in the sense that, hey, when you're done, you can still remain to be bromance, as they like to claim so much. But that title, I'm sure any athlete here at NWA Anarchy means the world to them, and Bo Newsom has some of that gold, but nothing can take away from that NWA North American title as well, and set your sights higher, as you always want to do, strive as a competitor and an athlete to reach and go for that higher brass ring. As we go for a cover here with Skirra Corvus, get only a 2 count in this.
And speaking of Fright Night, what about that big announcement that was made just 7 days ago? It's going to be 3-on-3 war games inside that 15-foot high steel cage. On one side of the ring, it is going to be the Urban Assault Squad. Nemesis and Shadow Jackson teaming up with the Korean assassin Chemo. And on the opposite side, Danny Only and Strychnine, the Hate Junkies, teaming up with the NWA Anarchy. Heavyweight champion Azrael as they go inside for War Games. And in 7 days, we're going to find out who has the advantage at War Games. We have a 2 count there from Bo Newsom. We're going to find out who's going to have the advantage in War Games as the NWA Anarchy heavyweight champion Azrael, with the Reverend Dan Wilson in his corner, takes on the former 3-time Anarchy heavyweight champion, the People's Champion, Shadow Jackson. That coming up here in 7 days.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Big implications going on for Fright Night, especially with that matchup. Can't wait. Make sure you're back here again with us in 7 days. But more importantly, right now we're back in the ring. Bo Newsom trying to slow down that tempo just a little bit, because we know Skirra Corvus can fly from all over the place. Top rope, doesn't matter. Outside, balcony, doesn't matter from Skirra Corvus, and that's a smart strategy. I have to give credit to Bo Newsom. However, one thing that Bo Newsom and Sean Tempers doesn't always subscribe to, and that is the fans on the outside certainly getting behind Skirra Corvus, using that opportunity for Skirra to get back on his feet. However, Bo Newsom able to knock him back down again and goes for the cover, only able to get a 2 count from Bo Newsom. Bo Newsom seems to be getting a little frustrated here this week, it seems, John Johnson. I'm not really quite sure with that. It is a non-title matchup. And you think that maybe a little more arrogance would probably be on the part of Bo Newsom going into this, since there isn't quite as much on the line with the title. However, you know, matchmakers, I'm sure, certainly paying attention as we go into Fright Night, seeing if either one of these competitors are worthy enough to be in that big show.
Well, of course, we already know that Bo Newsom is going to defend that Young Lions Championship against Anthony Henry. That's coming up. We also have that big Anarchy Tag Team title match at Fright Night, as my guys, Jacoby Boykins, Chris Main, the Ambassadors, will defeat the team of Brian Casanova and Slim J for the Anarchy Championships. It's going to happen.
Well, I was going to say, what, are you coming as a fortune teller for Halloween? You've made this prediction already.
We're going to have War Games at Fright Night. There's been the challenge has been Deadly Sin 7 has challenged Michael Judas for Fright Night, but nobody knows where Michael Judas is. We'll get some light shed on it later on here this week as the Deadly Sin 7 goes one-on-one with the man that trained Michael Judas, Brody Ray Chase. That here later on this evening. And right now, Bo Newsom with a great amateur move.
That was?
Yeah, that's called a cross windpipe.
Oh.
That's when you lay the foot right across the windpipe. It's an awesome amateur move. It was taught to him by Dan Gable.
Well, you know, I don't really recall that in my history books for the NWA Anarchy rules, but be that as it may, we're certainly back in the action, according to John Johnson, how he sees it. And right there again with the knee into the small of the back. And I got to give again credit to Bo Newsom using that forearm right there, pushing the chin up and the head up, which is actually causing a lot more pressure to the head and the back as well. But Skirra Corvus trying to fight out of it. At least he was able to kind of have the wherewithal to know where he's at, to be able to fight back, you know, certainly against Bo Newsom. And now again working back on that back is Bo Newsom, wrenching down on it, sitting and being able to get it in full position there to cause and inflict the most pain possible. And this could be one of those give-up type situations here as the referee, Wes Grissom, is checking in on Skirra Corvus.
As you pointed out earlier, once again, the NWA Anarchy Young Lions Championship is not on the line in this matchup. But Bo Newsom is approaching it like it's a title match. You see the aggressiveness. You know, you see what's coming in. That's the maturity of Bo Newsom. That's what's done. That's what's been done by being around a winner like Sean Simpson. And right now, Skirra Corvus facing him as a title match and getting that second wind about him has got Bo Newsom reeling.
Absolutely. Wow, Skirra Corvus certainly unorthodox, and we're certainly watching here. Wow, that was going to be a roll-up, but instead, face first goes Bo Newsom into the mat. And week after week, when I see the Skirra Corvus, he never ceases to amaze me at the skill level of this guy possesses. Two count. I don't know about you, John Johnson, but even that one I thought was a very close 3 on that here for our contest. And I certainly think caught Bo Newsom off guard, not to mention Sean Tempers, who's on the outside here. Skirra Corvus trying to send Bo Newsom for the ride. Reversal. Up in the lights. Slam there. 2. 2 count only. Spine buster.
Even though I had his body laying laterally against him, he needed to hook that leg. That takes away some of the strength from a kick out. And Skirra Corvus able to kick out the last moment. Like I said, both these men, I mean, they're giving it their all here. I mean, that's the way you want to do. You want to be a winner. You don't want to be on the losing end of anything, regardless of the house on the line or not. And right now, both these men are approaching this like it's a big title fight. Like this is the Anarchy Young Lions Championship is up for grabs. And essentially it is, because Bo Newsom's in a bad situation. See, Bo Newsom's expected to win this match because he is the champion. So if he wins, okay, they expected him to win. However, if he loses, he could find himself in the ring a couple more times with the Skirra Corvus defending that Anarchy Young Lions Championship at any time. So, I mean, you know, Bo Newsom is really in a no-win situation here.
Well, I tell you, one person that's in a no-win situation. Looks like Skirra Corvus tried to the trio low here. Bo Newsom on the top rope. Skirra Corvus using that abdominal strength right there to be able to pull himself all the way up. Wow, very impressive there. Got him hooked, got Bo Newsom hooked. Right there. And amazingly, Skirra Corvus still tied up. However, Bo Newsom for the ride. And now how is Skirra Corvus going to get out of this situation?
This man's very flexible. We've talked about that time and time again. The flexibility, the agility, and the deceiving power of the Skirra Corvus. You look at him and you think, okay, well, he doesn't have as much power as, you know, say a Bo Newsom. But the man just proved it by throwing Bo Newsom while still being tied in the ring. Went for a cross body, nobody home. And right now, Bo Newsom hooking his man in. There it
Wait a
is.
second, the small package. Oh, he got it.
Your winner by pinfall, Bo Newsom.